Devices were found at Heathrow Airport, London City Airport and Waterloo Railway Station. Police officials are investigating the packages. For more on this, I'm joined by our UK correspondent, Oli Barrett from London. Good evening, Oli. Now, this news must have created a great deal of panic and anxiety.
Well, Londoners are very well used to their major transport hubs being on alert for suspicious devices, on alert for the threat of terror investigations and so on and so forth. So actually services have been continuing pretty much as normal at Waterloo, the train station, but also at London's Heathrow Airport and City Airport as well. What police are telling us is that they have opened a counter-terror probe after these devices were discovered. They believe at this point that it is worth investigating these devices which arrived at these locations as being linked in some way. What officers are able to tell us about the devices that appear to be involved is that they are capable, officers think, of igniting a small, brief fire. One of the devices which arrived at Hounslow near to Heathrow Airport did briefly ignite. Police were called. It effectively burnt the edge of the envelope and not a huge amount more. Police don't appear to believe that these are particularly sophisticated devices. Nonetheless, as I say, major transport hubs in London are always on major alert, and so police are being extra vigilant here and asking transport hubs elsewhere across the British capitals to stay vigilant as well. In terms of those locations, one of the packages did arrive in a small envelope at Waterloo Station. The other two, and this might be instructive in terms of the investigation here, arrived on the perimeters, let's say, slightly away from the actual airports at Heathrow and at City Airport. Heathrow to the west of London, City Airport to the east. So clearly, as counter-terror officers investigate what has happened here and any potential motive, and they say they're keeping an open mind on motive at this point, they will certainly be looking at how sophisticated these devices were, how they were delivered, and exactly where they managed to be delivered to.
Oh, sounds like what we experienced here in Durban recently. But earlier, Oli, Scotland Yard said it had not ruled out the existence of other bombs. Have they given any update since?
No further update to that information, but they are, as I say, asking other transport hubs and, of course, the British travelling public here in the British capital, asking Londoners as well to be vigilant for any kind of suspicious device and to report any kind of suspicious device to police. As I say, Londoners are well aware of the perceived threat to transport hubs here in the British capital, and they're also well used to disruption as a result of suspicious packages. It's almost a very rarely a day goes past here in London where some kind of travel network or station or airport isn't disrupted in some way by a suspicious device of some sort being found. Now, most of those suspicious devices, of course, come to nothing, end up being a bag that someone has left somewhere and causes disruption as a result of absent-mindedness, perhaps. But in this instance, it does appear that these are small, improvised, explosive devices capable of igniting, if only briefly. So police will be trying to investigate what exactly the motive therefore is. Is someone just trying to cause disruption, cause fear, cause panic, or whether there's something more coordinated and more treacherous perhaps behind this? That's one of the key lines of investigation now, of course, as you suggest, in addition to whether these three locations are going to be the end of this story or whether we will see more suspicious packages elsewhere in London as the London evening progresses.
Let's leave it there for now. Oli Barrett, who is our UK correspondent. Sounds pretty much like what happened in Durban, at those Woolies stores. All of it, of course, coming out, next to being nothing at the end of it all. But, of course, no reason really to be complacent. But